we're rolling, rolling down the river. Yeah, so I'm just going to briefly say, hey, this is Mondo, and we are playing Curse of Strahd, twice bitten, um, and it will be our DM is Cleve, and Cleve, I guess I'll let you take it from here. I think it's just me right now. Yeah, it's probably just me. He mentioned me.
Just as a player, or you ever try to run it?
No, just as a player.
Edie, fourth time around, twice bitten, one virgin. All the audio wasn't on, so I just did a quick recap.
Okay. And tell us about your character, Edie. Who are you playing?
I am playing Holly Barnaby, the human paladin of Lathander.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that should be interesting. All right. Moving on down the list, we have joining us Angry Bull.
Hey everybody, I am the Angry Bull. This is my first real-time playing Curse of Strahd as a player, so I know there's gonna be bats and spooky things abound, and I am going to be playing Thalmor, the half-orc fighter.
Awesome. Excellent. Glad to have you with us. So, when you say this is your first time as a player, have you ever tried to run it before?
Nope.
Or no? Oh, all right. So, another virgin. Got two of them, I guess. All right, Mondo.
Hey, I'm Mondo. I'll be playing Flynn Finnegan.
Bet you can't say that three times fast.
I bet you I can't. Let's see. Flynn Finnegan, Flynn Finnegan, Flynn Finnegan. Hey! I don't know if I can do it any faster. And I have played Strahd once as a player in a game that is still ongoing, and I have tried to run it once. Actually, I don't want to say tried to run it. I ran it once, just not to its completion before we decided to get back to the regular game. It's not like there's no possibility that we'll ever go back. I would like to one day.
I would also like that. You did a good job with that, man.
Thank you.
I enjoyed playing in your Curse of Strahd game. Although it ended too soon.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
And we also have Jester with us today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jester. I am playing the human cleric of light, following the sacred flame. It is my first time with Curse of Strahd. Playing or DMing. I've run DM of Out of the Abyss for about halfway through, otherwise online.
Cool. Well, personally, I have tried to. This is my second shot at running Curse of Strahd. The first time there was a little indefinite hiatus going on, and I tried to start it as a player like 3 times now, and it's never been taken to its completion. So, Edie, what's the real Curse of Strahd?
The friends we make along the way?
No, that you never get to finish it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like my answer better.
It turned out the darkness we found along the way was the darkness that was within us all along.
Oh, you know what? That's some good foreshadowing, man. Like, that could be exactly the case. I guess we're gonna find out. So we are using a couple of like weird little variant rules. We are using the optional sanity ability score on the DMG on some page. Can't be asked to look it up right now. But the long and short of it is that your sanity score is basically the average of your charisma and wisdom. And when encountering terrible things, some people may be requested to make a sanity saving throw. Um, Depend if they pass, great. If they fail it, they may be, well, they will be asked to roll on one of the madness tables, either short term, long term, or indefinite, depending on how badly they fail it. We're also using the optional spell points rule because fancy and magic is dumb. Uh, that's also in the DMG. Basically, when you level up as a caster, you get spell points instead of spell slots. Every level of spell has a certain point cost to it. And as long as you have spell points, you can cast as many spells as you want that you have that your character has access to. Which I think adds a little more flexibility because if you're, say 5th level and you start getting a couple of 3rd level slots, well, you get a 3rd level slot, but you could spend all of your spell points on 3rd level spells and just not cast any 1st or 2nd level that day. Or you could spend them all on 1st level spells and not cast any 2nd or 3rd level that day. It's entirely up to,
Just me.
What's that?
Up to just me, at least until the paladin gets theirs.
Yeah, you're the only one with spell points for a while, I guess.
And I'll probably be using those for smites.
Well, why not? So, questions, comments, concerns, criticism, complaints before we get started.
No, I have nothing.
No? All right. Well, now it's time for the most awkward part, which is actually starting the campaign.
I'm going to see if my note taking is any better than it has been before. I bet you it won't be.
I'm going to see if my note taking is any better than it has been before. Which means I'm actually going to take notes this time and see what happens. I know.
I'm so proud.
I guess I should have the Roll20 thing open right now. There it is. Hello, Roll20. Nice. So, you were all traveling with a caravan between two large trade cities. Several stops are planned along the way in a whole bunch of small little towns. And let's just go down the list here again. Edie, why is Holly on this caravan or traveling with this caravan?
She is been hired as a guard.
He has been hired as a guard because the caravan has employed extra guards due to rumors of bandit activity through the forests, which you are traveling through as we speak. Angry Bull, what about Bummer? What is he doing with this caravan?
He's also been hired as a guard for the caravan. It's it's like an odd job for him.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't found any sort of reliable work, so he takes what he can find.
Cool. And Mondo, why is Flynn traveling with us?
I'm also guarding the caravan. But I have like left my own town for a little while. My last smuggling job wasn't great. I mean, it was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was all right, but like, well, I had to fight my partner, and there was a little, chaos, and I figured it'd just be best to clear out for a while and just do a little traveling, a little
Oh,
soul
that's
searching.
understandable.
Yeah.
Sure. And what about Mary? Why is Mary traveling with this particular caravan?
So Mary came out of his temple with a whole bunch of things in his hands and joined up with this caravan to go spread the word of the Silver Flame to all the towns that have along the way.
Yeah, all right. So everybody's most people are working as guards. That's cool. As you were traveling along the road with the caravan, it is an unseasonably chilly autumn morning, and we'll say autumn afternoon. Can we edit that in post, Mondo?
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
We'll fix
It's
it.
an unseasonably chilly autumn afternoon. Um, Balmer and Flynn and Holly, you guys have been on guard duty all day, so you have the night off. And through some quirk of fate or destiny or just sheer dumb luck, the four of you find yourselves sharing a campfire. I don't know if you can hear that awesome campfire noise
I can.
there.
Crickets and everything.
Yeah. And as the sun sets and everyone is setting up camp for the night, um, a fog starts rolling in over the hill. So, all of you sitting around the campfire, who wants to describe their character to give an idea of what everyone else sees?
I guess I'll go first. So when you look at Thamur, you see a very large, broad individual. You can see that he's wearing chainmail, and that on the chest area that there is some sort of like image sewn onto it. But whatever it is, he tries to keep it hidden under a shawl. And when you look at the left side of his face, you can see that there's a large burn mark going from the edge of his mouth towards the back of his head. And he's just right now holding with one hand his pike and sitting down with his other hand in a fist. And he's just sort of just staring into the fire, kind of absent-mindedly.
That paints a pretty good picture. Thank you.
I'll go. I'll I'll go. So Flynn Finnegan he's a good-looking fellow, but he's a bit like unkempt and disheveled. But he's a good-looking fellow. Um, he wears a hooded cloak over his like it's a slightly beat up armor. Um, when you first the first few times you probably saw him, he always had the cloak up, but since like getting a little more comfortable with the people around him, he's been letting it down a bit more. He's always smiling. Like you've never seen him not smiling. And those of you who are a little more like on the ball may have noticed that he hardly ever blinks, and if he does, it's almost like it's just like an afterthought. Like Like he realized maybe he ought to blink, so he does. And he's just casually like kind of like poking a stick in the fire, just smiling, and probably drinking something.
What kind of smile is that? Is it like a friendly smile or a...
It's a smile. So I guess it would really depend on how everybody personally felt about it at the moment, probably based on whatever their interaction would be with him. I would say like if you weren't like if you currently weren't having any sort of beef with him, it would probably seem like a friendly smile. But it's just
What if you were having chicken or pork with him?
if you're having chicken or pork with him, it's definitely a friendly smile because chicken and pork are awesome.
That's fair.
And beef, I mean, beef is good too, but it's just like it's not good for you. So like the smile would be kind of like, I probably shouldn't be eating all this red meat.
Excellent.
But it is tasty.
See, there's room for humor. We make jokes.
Yeah.
I'll go next. Holly is a fairly short human woman, lots of freckles, auburn hair, brown eyes. She's wearing chainmail armor with a tunic over the top of it with a rising sun printed on it or sewn onto it. She has the holy symbol of Lathander and a sword and a shield. Her hair is probably braided and like pinned up, sort of like milkmaid braids. She's very chatty, very loud. You've probably heard her laughing at someone's jokes or trying to make her own. She's probably sharing in that alcohol right now.
All right.
Last but not least is Mary.
I think the fire went out.
Who's
There we
sitting
go.
watching the dying embers of the fire, eating whatever is left of his meal off of his shield. He's got loose-fitting clothes over the top of what looks like scale mail armor. Carries a small mace and a pendant around his neck. He's pretty casual about. He has black hair and tan, almost singed skin. The hair pulled back into a short ponytail with pieces that have fallen off to the side.
Excellent. Are you guys chatting amongst yourselves or ignoring the people you're sharing your campfire with?
I would definitely be chatting. Yeah, go ahead and have some more of the alcohol.
Thank you.
I like to share.
How have the roads been? I've been lucky enough to stay on the insides of this caravan.
Not too bad so far, but I don't know. Hopefully this fog will clear by morning.
It wasn't like this last night.
No, it definitely wasn't. Of course, you know,
No.
fog's got its uses as well.
It also occurs to you it was a good bit warmer last night. As I said, this is a bit of an unseasonably chilly evening.
The weather is strange.
That it is.
Get some more wood for the fire. Stoke it a little bit.
And a little more alcohol for my belly. Would you two
You're
care
sharing
to?
that well.
Would you two care to have a little of this as well? It won't keep you medically warm, but it does feel good.
Mary
Very well.
takes a swig and passes it to Thalmer.
He takes a swig as well. Passes it, gives it back.
Yep. And I'll take another swig and pass it back to Holly again.
She'll take one.
See? A night off. Small bottle of booze, a fire, and unseasonable weather. It's like summer camp.
We were in the church for most of our nights at summer camp. This is a little bit different. It blows into his hands to keep him warm.
I have no concept of a summer camp.
It's the sort of place your parents send you when they don't want to look at you for the summer.
I see.
You know, dismal.
Where did you spend your summers, Balmer?
He just stares into the fire. And after a little bit of thinking, he replies, doing what I had to do.
Like I said, dismal.
Yes, indeed, dismal.
Okay. As the night passes, or as the evening passes and the nightfall, the fire starts burning low, and all of you, at some point or another, decide that it is time to sleep. Is anybody not taking off armor when they sleep?
That's bad news for all of us with medium and heavy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably not get a good night's rest in heavy armor or
Right.
medium armor.
So yeah, Mary definitely takes it off and kind of props it up under his back, so he's at least sitting up as he sleeps.
I don't know, how good a night of sleep could you get wearing leather armor?
I mean, I'm assuming that Flynn is sort of probably the kind of guy who has slept in his armor before.
That's what I'm figuring, but if it's like, yeah, if it's gonna like mess with my sleep though, like, you know,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
probably
not.
take it off.
It's probably not super comfortable.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like, I would
Yeah.
definitely say he'd be used to it. So he'd like maybe like sleep like sitting up, leaning against something.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that. I mean, it's been, the caravan left the first city maybe 3 days ago, and so far everything has been quiet and smooth sailing.
Would this be like my first night off, like since we set out?
Um, Probably. We'll say it's
You
your
know,
first night off, sure.
I would probably take the armor off, like just feeling like, that.
It's
Yeah.
it's the first night that you've had the entire night off at least.
Okay, yeah. Then I would probably take my armor off, just to like let it breathe, and
The leather armor really seals in the flavor,
it does, and like be a little more comfortable to fully enjoy my full night off.
Take off
All
my armor
right.
too.
All of you much more comfortable without your armor. Drift into. Although I am assuming, let me back up a second. I am assuming that Len, you probably. How much stuff do you have? I should look at that real quick. So, Flynn, you would probably keep a dagger and your thieves' tools, like, close by,
Absolutely.
I'm assuming?
Yes. I mean, my rapier, my dagger, and my thieves' tools.
Okay. That is doable.
Being unarmed is
Um,
just silly.
yeah, I mean, you're still traveling with relative strangers and all.
Yeah.
Holly, I expect you are not taking off your holy symbol when you sleep.
Take it off.
You do take it off?
No, she doesn't take it off.
Okay. And I expect um as a person who's been trained in combat, you probably keep a weapon. Like
Yeah.
one hand sleep with one hand on your sword, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Cuddled up with it like a teddy bear.
Hummer, where is your sheet?
Use my shield as a blanket.
I'm also going to assume, as a mercenary, that you keep either your pike or your long sword. Like, you keep your hand on it while you're sleeping, yeah?
Of course.
Okay. And last but not least, Mary, I'm assuming, at least keeps his mace and his holy symbol pretty close by, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably sleeping with his shield on top of his explorer's pack, since it's kind of got everything in the world he left with.
Okay. Where is the explorer's pack while you're sleeping?
It's probably underneath the shield for a while, rolling over probably falls out. Trying to keep everything close to each other because he doesn't know anybody else in the world right now.
Sure, but like you're not wearing the backpack while you sleep, are you?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So, just for funsies, I would like everyone to give me a Constitution check.
Okay. Check, or a save.
Just to check.
Okay. Nice.
All right, Thumber. You wake up first. And your first thought upon waking is that you have been robbed.
I quickly, search the area, try to see if I can notice any odd sounds nearby.
Give me a perception check, if you would. The first thing you notice is that these thieves were incredibly thorough, as they have stolen the bedroll from underneath you and the remnants of the fire, as well as the rest of the caravan. Looking around, you were traveling through a decidedly deciduous forest. Now you are laying sort of on the ground in a scrubby pine forest. The mist obscures everything beyond 30 feet or so in all directions.
Impossible. I will get up from my I will awaken or get up from where I was laying down, and I will awaken my comrades.
Yeah, like
Wake up, we've been robbed.
the rest of you.
I'm just giving them one or two good shakes, waking them up with a rather forceful shake, try to get them, arouse them from sleep.
Sure.
As you shake Holly, she's gonna slap you across the face and she's gonna say, "Get off me," and like scamper away a little bit. Like, it's not like a trained sort of slap. It's an instinct sort of thing.
He just takes it.
You guys can see the Into the Mists picture, right? Like today?
Yes.
Did they do that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I see it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what you're seeing when you wake up.
I'm up. Where's everybody?
Did they leave without us? Did we oversleep? What was in that flask?
Good question.
Just you know, just the thing. I mean, nothing that would. Well, this is a neat trick, isn't it?
As we everyone pats themselves down, what do the rest of us have?
All right, you basically have like what you fell asleep holding. Like your armor is gone, your bedrolls are gone, your extra weapons are gone.
So, how did this happen?
And again, even the remnants of the fire are gone. Like this was, like it's occurring to you that this was not thieves at this point. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean that's I think that's mostly what I'm thinking. Like, you know, this is a really good trick. Like, I think someone stole us.
That's not possible.
Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, this is not. I don't believe this is where we went to sleep last night. There's no sign of the fire, and these trees definitely look. The only thing I recognize is you three.
Can anybody tell which
What was
direction?
in this flask?
Holly's going to check her holy symbol. Is the little pearl that dangles off the top of it still there?
Yeah, the holy
Okay,
symbol
good.
is intact.
Okay, good. She's a little bit better.
I mean, looking left, right, can I tell a direction? Or is the path just goes off? Is it less misty one direction or the other?
It does not appear to be any less misty in one direction or the other. Again, maybe 30 feet down the road and out into the trees, the mist just begins to obscure like everything.
Anyone know which way we're heading? Might as well catch up.
Somebody can give me a survival check if they would like.
I would definitely like. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna see if there's like any sort of like wagon tracks, footsteps, like anything. Does it look like we were dragged here, or anything?
It does not. There are no footprints except for the ones that you guys have made since you woke up, which are extremely fresh, obviously.
It looks like it's dawn at this point.
That's the funny thing. Like, there's some feeble light kind of trickling through the mist. There's definitely a light coming from somewhere, but it is weak and feeble. I would say that looking around, you would guess like either very early morning or possibly somehow like early evening.
I'll pick up a handful of rocks and cast light over them each and hand them out to the two humans, Holly and Flynn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have glowing rocks now.
I assume you can see okay, Thalmer?
I see fine.
Can you see any deeper into this mist?
I believe I see just as much as you can. Perhaps a little more, but I cannot be certain.
Yeah, even for you guys with dark vision, like the mist obscures
Oh,
everything beyond a certain range.
well, let's there's no real use standing around here. We don't have anything to pack up, so let's go find breakfast. And which way smells better?
Give me a perception check, if you would.
I don't know how good I am at those. Not.
I mean, neither way has any particular smell to it.
I'm going to pick the right way, as in going right, and I'm going to say, come on. I hope there's waffles this direction.
Waffles?
Yes. They are like pancakes, but they are ribbed for your pleasure.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, I don't want to pass that up. All right.
I am not familiar with waffles.
They are wonderful. You'll love them. I hope.
We'll follow after.
All right, you start easing on down that road. And
History, Waffle Way.
as you walk, it seems like it appears. Actually, everybody give me perception checks, if you would, please. See if anybody actually notices this one.
Damn, I am horrible at this.
Get him out of the way now.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, so Mary, you absolutely notice. It almost appears that as you were traveling down the road, the mist is not like opening up a path, but like maybe thinning a bit in the direction you're traveling, but also closing in behind you.
Can't be good. I turn around and point it out to the other three.
Yeah, and after you point it out to the other three, they are able to notice this phenomena as well.
That is a neat trick.
That is spooky, and I'm so glad we're not going that way.
Strange.
It's just moving with us, though. It's not chasing us or anything like that.
Doesn't appear to be getting any closer in behind you.
What if, what do you think would happen if I started heading back the other direction? And I'd like to start heading in the other direction, but I don't want to go, like, I'm going to keep looking over my shoulder. I don't want to lose these other guys in the mist.
Right.
But
Like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you started heading back down the road the way you came from?
Yeah, slowly.
All right.
What are you
As you
doing?
turn around, and take a few steps toward that mist that has been closing in behind you,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't dissipate at all. In fact, as you get closer, it just appears to be this thick, almost impenetrable fog just hanging in front of you.
All right, I just kind of stop and look at it for just like a moment, and then I'll turn and I'm just like, "So, good nose, Holly. Yeah, onto the waffles," and I'll start heading back towards everybody else.
Yeah, she'll start. She's gonna continue walking. She's doing her hair, pulling it up in the braids and everything, and she's describing what waffles are,
Mhm.
like in like food porn levels of like awesome.
Yeah, she's describing like the butter and syrup filled little pockets in them. And sometimes they have blueberries on them. I mean, she makes them sound pretty good.
That sounds wonderful.
So, who is good at knowing how much time has passed?
Like on a mechanical level.
Yeah.
Mary has
What would that
decent
be?
perception for the passage of time and whatnot, but it's just
All right.
feel.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. What is everybody's passive perception here?
Mine is 13.
11.
16.
And 16.
I'd say I
Oh.
probably have a good, due to my previous work, I probably have a pretty good idea of like a passage of time, like waiting for things.
Yeah, you probably like sang some songs.
Yeah.
Pass the time.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that reference. Hudson Hawk, everybody, the worst, best movie ever made.
Hell
Of course.
yeah.
That's gonna be-
So, Flynn, Mary, you guys would absolutely notice this. As you're walking, you've been walking maybe an hour at this point. The mist still hangs heavy all around you. But the landscape, it hasn't changed a lot. A little wide spot in the road here where there are fewer trees. A more dense, a more densely forested place here and there.
Mhm.
But by and large, it seems like you're just encountering a lot of the same sort of landscape as that. No, not that one. Like it's almost featureless, you know.
Mhm. Is it getting lighter or darker, or
The light hasn't changed much at this point.
okay?
It's still just kind of this like feeble twilight sort of a light filtering down through the trees and the mist.
Is it really cold out, or
It is cool but not cold.
okay?
Like 65-ish, 60-ish.
Okay.
In about an hour, Mary picks up another handful of stones and casts the spell of light on them again. See what happens. I mean, he tosses it towards the thick curtain behind us. See if the light does anything to it.
Yeah, like your lit up stone gets swallowed up by the fog, and you can sort of see it glowing faintly in the distance for a little while. But then it becomes completely obscured as you continue traveling.
Have we walk away? Well, at least we'll know if we're going in circles.
Aha. Yep. That's a good trick. You'd think maybe the sun would have come up by a little higher by now, maybe warm things up, kind of burn this fog off. But I've been walking, what, an hour now?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Probably just has to filter through the trees.
Perhaps.
Almost as soon as you say that about the trees. Along the road ahead, there is you pass through a tree line into a sort of a wider open area. And dimly in the distance, Glenn and Mary, you think you see the vague outline of some sort of a building.
Ah, that could be the Waffle House.
Just gonna ask whether Holly could smell them.
Do I smell waffles?
You do not smell waffles.
No, I don't smell any waffles.
In fact, if you would like to give me a perception check again, Holly, since you're sniffing around. Yeah, you don't smell much of anything at this point.
Holly, what does your human nose smell? Nothing. I think I have COVID.
Holly, I was going to say we're just getting over a cold or something, but yep, Holly's got the Rona.
Might as well.
She also lost her sense of taste, which is why she has one of those live, laugh, love things.
So should we
And
see if
as you-
anyone's home? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as you're approaching, do indeed see that there is a house situated by the road. There is a smaller structure nearby that, based on the look of the larger house, is probably, you would guess, some sort of a servant's quarters. And on the other side of the road is a stable. You
Horses
just,
in it?
I don't know if there's horses in it. Let me just give you a little preview there.
Kind of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, but it's in an up-and-coming neighborhood,
Oh.
which is real. Which is realtor talk for you'll have more TVs stolen from that residence than Nirvana wrote songs about heroin.
Oh my gosh.
We date ourselves here, folks.
What's that?
That's we're really dating ourselves. There seems to be activity in either the house or the servants' quarters.
Give me a perception check.
Or a passive of 16.
You know what?
Twice.
Oh, I'll give you advantage on that one even.
Thank you.
You're just kind of staring at this house. You don't see any signs of current activity happening.
Well, let's see if anyone's home. And I'm going to start walking towards the servants' quarters.
All right. What's that?
I will follow.
Okay.
I will also follow.
As you start walking toward the servants' quarters, with a 16 passive perception, Mary and Flynn, you guys hear a small noise from the stable.
Human, animal.
Yeah,
fire.
can you describe the ruckus?
It was like a screw fell out. That's I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Let's say it's a small thump. Just barely on the edge of perception.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop and like I'm just gonna gesture towards the stable. Like I'm just gonna look at everybody and just gesture towards the stable and start heading in that direction.
Okay.
Stop, or did you heard anything and follow?
Hmm?
What was your gesture?
Just
Stop.
like pointing at the stable, like something over there, kind of like a point. Like he probably wasn't like super clear about it. Just like he stopped when he heard it, turned, and I point at the stable, and I just start walking that way quietly.
Not sneaking that way, you're just walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. As you approach the stable, like the doors are open, and from outside, it's kind of hard to see in. There's no light inside it.
Hello, hello in the stable. Anyone in residence?
And you hear something shuffling in the stable, but no one answers you.
Are there objects to be picked up and lit so we can see inside the stable more?
I mean, there's some sticks on the ground. There's rocks here and there.
Pick up one and make it look like a torch at the end. And unless Flynn is ushering us back, start walking in towards the...
I'll probably like put like a hand up, and then just kind of like step into the door frame. Like I'm not going all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just
You want
gonna.
the light?
We don't mean any harm. Just we seem to have misplaced a caravan, and just trying to figure out where might we be. No harm. Anyone? And I should be able to see okay unless I can't.
Yeah, you have your dark vision. I mean, you can see, shades of gray, shadowy stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's not like perfect. Night vision isn't like perfect daytime vision or anything.
Right.
It's
Well, he's got the light spell behind him unless he asked me to put it out of sight.
No, I wouldn't do
Right.
that. Yeah. No, the light's fine.
So you do notice in the corner two small figures. One of them is a bit larger and is sort of standing in front of the smaller one almost protectively.
He's
Hello.
right. We're not going to hurt you. What's your name?
All right, the larger of the two figures hesitantly steps forward. And as it does, you can see that it is a young child. Two young children, actually. It looks like a girl of about 13 or 14 and a boy of about 6. Maybe 8, 6 to 8, somewhere in there. They're wearing like pretty fancy looking clothes. They're obviously from a well-off family.
Okay. Why are you hiding in the barn?
The little boy peeks out from behind the girl and says, There's a monster in the house.
What kind of monster?
He just kind of shrinks back behind the girl, and the girl says, I don't know what kind of monster, but our baby brother's upstairs.
Poor things. Where are your parents?
They're in the basement. They said we should never go there.
Oh.
Where was the monster headed?
I don't know. It was upstairs, but I think it was going downstairs.
Flynn is
I
just
will
currently
search for-
looking at the house, just like still smiling, but just like staring at the house now, just kind of like as if he was sizing it up.
Mm-hmm.
I also give them like a quick look around the house, and then I tell the children, I will search for it.
You'll help our brother?
Yes, I will.
The younger one kind of tugs on the girl's like dress, and she bends over and he whispers something in her ear. And she looks down and says, No, I don't think he's a monster.
Would you like a light before we go find your brother? And hold
Yes,
out
please.
the stick that's lit at the end.
You
won't burn
hold
you.
out a stick. Let it in. She very hesitantly like takes another step forward and like snatches it and then kind of scuttles back a little bit, almost like she's expecting you to try something.
Probably shocks
Ears.
Mary a little bit. We'll be back soon.
Thank you. Please be careful.
How old is your little brother?
He's a baby.
Oh.
He's 4 months old.
Oh.
Hearing that, Mary starts moving quicker to the front door.
Yeah.
As you approach the house, you do hear the sound of a baby crying from somewhere in the house.
Continue to the front door and
All right. There is a wrought iron gate. It is shut. It's a wrought iron gate with hinges on one side and a lock on the other that fills the archway of a stone portico. We actually put you guys on an actual map here. We're getting somewhere. Of course, it's roll 20, so I got to figure out how to do that again. It's been a minute, guys. Let's see.
In a hot minute.
Let me make sure that all that, yeah, that works. Okay. Let me just move you guys there, and then move you guys like so. And hopefully you guys can all see something.
I see black.
Yeah, I see black as well.
I have zoomed out and I see black.
Well, let me just make sure that everybody's vision is on, and roll 20 and it's dynamic lighting, man.
say we never got that working right for us.
It is the most finicky thing.
I'm a fan of polygon reveal. Once you've been there, you see what you see.
Let's just see here. No night vision. feel like you might. Yeah, that looks right. And that should be right. We need to have the technical difficulty screen here, Mondo. Everybody still just sees black, right?
Right.
Yes.
That is... Even with dark vision, that should...
Are we on the right layer?
That's a solid question. Mondo, you might have just solved this for me.
Hey!
I see me.
Yeah, can everybody see now?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
I see
You
just
see-
myself.
I
And
see
if it-
myself.
If it's dark, I would light up something else on the ground so I could see.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just say that you were casting light.
Definitely. That's what I
Cantrip. And
Till people start
That-
telling him it's a dumb idea. He's a human and needs to see.
let there be light, I hope.
Yep.
Everybody.
Edie, can you see?
I can.
All right. That is because Mary has made something on his personage a light source. So you're standing in front of this wrought iron gate. The main doors to the house are behind it.
I'd like to go up and try the gate if I may.
Oh man, you go up and you try the gate. And it swings open with an ominous creak.
I'd like to step inside and knock on the door. Hello?
As you go to knock on the door from inside, you hear what appears to be like a dinner party going on. Clinking glasses and silverware and people chattering and just having like a big old time.
Yeah, it sounds like they're having quite the time in there. Perhaps they're having waffles. If no one has answered the door after like just a few seconds, I'm going to try and open it.
The door opens easily.
No.
Revealing a foyer.
Is the dinner party still going on, or like did it stop like when the sound stopped?
As soon as you open the doors, as soon as you open the door, even the tiniest bit, like that noise just stopped. It's not even like it died out; it just stopped.
Okay. Huh. I'm gonna look at everyone else. Huh.
Never seen any or heard anything like that.
Yeah, it wasn't just me, right? Everyone heard the sounded a bit of merriment and
You were not alone in that. I heard it too.
Well, I suppose maybe we should head inside. And I do that little gesture. Yeah, like after you.
All right, Mary, as all of you are stepping in, apparently, hanging on the east wall of this foyer is a shield emblazoned with the coat of arms, a stylized golden windmill on a red field, and it is flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Mahogany framed double doors leading from the foyer to the and further into the house are set with panes of stained glass.
Is the shield like an actual shield?
It is an actual shield.
I'm gonna look at everyone. I'm gonna say, "Don't tell anybody about this. I'll put it back later." And I'm gonna take the shield.
You take the shield. It seems like kind of old, but very, very usable and serviceable.
Thank goodness.
You have a shield in your inventory now.
Woo.
In my head, Mary was holding the shield more than the mace. Could have had this one. As we're here, do we hear the monster or the baby?
You do not.
Head up to the next door and open it to see if we can find stairs going up.
All right. Once again, as you approach the door, you do hear the sounds of some sort of happening in there, like some sort of social gathering.
When we opened the front door, it stopped when we cracked it open, right? So there's no point in trying to crack and peek at this point.
I mean, that's up to you.
I mean, I'd try and go slow to see if we can see who's making the noise and then stopping.
Yeah, once again, though, like as soon as you start to open that door, the noise has stopped completely. But you do open the door. And you find yourself in a wide hallway that runs the width of the house, has a black marble fireplace on the west wall and a sweeping red marble staircase along the east wall. Mounted above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt.
Anybody recognize this heraldry?
It's the same one that was on the shield.
Yeah.
I mean, who it belongs to.
I'm like, Holly might. Holly, you recognize that heraldry, don't you?
Me. Can I make some sort of check for that?
I'm just saying it's a matching set, you know?
I mean, you can give me like a intelligence check if you want to on that.
Yeah, I mean, either religion or...
Oh, there we go. It seems to be a windmill.
Yeah, and like you actually knew someone who used a windmill in their family crest, but it didn't look like this one.
Maybe
It was not. It was not a stylized golden windmill on a red field. From this room also.
Did I wake up with my sword on me?
You did.
Okay.
Because you were cuddling it when you were sleeping.
Yeah, teddy bear.
So if anyone needs a longsword, there's one there. It looks a little old. It looks a little like maybe it could use a good sharpen and polish, but
I'll take it.
If it has rust on it, you could be giving people tetanus.
Oh yeah, true, tetanus.
Poison damage.
Yeah, I'll take the longsword. I just see it hanging above there, and knowing that I am down a long sword, I will take it and put it into, and I will put it into my scabbard.
Sure, you can absolutely do that.
I'd like to come like over here, like near the stairs, and
Mhm.
looking down that hall a bit. I just want to kind of just like listen and see if I can hear anything going on upstairs or down the hall, whether it's a party, a baby, or anything.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Sure.
You do not hear anything from up the stairs, but from beyond that door, once again, you hear the obvious sounds of people gathering.
Any signs of a monster in these two rooms? Scratch marks on the floor?
No, like everything looks pretty well tended to. There's no scratch marks on the floor. There's not a lot of dust. Give me a perception check, if you would,
Kids
please.
just not like their
Looking
parents'
around.
friends?
Okay, so as you're looking around, some of the wood paneling on the walls has these very intricate, ornate sculptures of vines, flowers, nymphs, satyrs, that kind of thing. But as you look closer, you see like snakes and skulls and various other serpents and things like inconspicuously like woven into the design that's carved into this wood paneling.
That's a little morbid, but every artist has got to have their signatures, I guess. Do we think the kids just didn't like their family, their parents' friends?
Maybe. Which door, Cleve? Is the sound seem to be coming from behind?
That door, and oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Of course. This door, and also this door. So the two outer doors to the north.
Okay. Maybe we should try to open it quickly, like catch them unawares. Like maybe
Okay, I'll
maybe
do it.
someone kick it in. Oh boy.
I'll kick it in.
Oh my god, I will be behind you.
Sweet.
Give me an athletics check on that. Kicking in the door.
I think I'll just listen to see if it reacts to the baby upstairs reacts to a door getting kicked in.
Boom! Yeah, that door just—I mean, you tore it right off the hinges. It just implodes inwards.
You remind me of a girl I knew. She liked kicking indoors. Her name was Jack. You do
She
it
sounds
much
like
better.
a treat.
Yeah, you do it much better though.
She wasn't rolling well that day. Or ever.
And through the door, you can see that this is a dining room. As you enter, this is a large carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a framed portrait. And that portrait is right there.
No reaction to the baby upstairs, right?
No.
Nice looking family.
Yeah.
What you do see is that the table is laid out with a magnificent feast. You do not see any waffles, though. It's like roast meats and vegetables and
The real curse of Strahd.
bread.
We're never gonna find a wall.
How old does the food on the table look?
It looks really fresh. In fact, some of it is steaming. And it smells absolutely amazing.
That's odd.
I would like to look under the table.
You look under the table. And you see table legs.
So, where did they go?
Hello? Anyone home? Walk to these. I guess these are back windows. Is there anything?
That is like a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf. It is hanging from an iron rod that is bolted into that wall.
Cool.
So, what sort of food do we have at the table?
Oh man, there's some sort of roast meat that is like a perfect medium rare.
Mm.
It's already been sliced into. Like a couple of pieces are just like laying off it. It's looks nice and juicy, and there's some steam tendrils of steam wafting off of it. There's a basket with like fresh baked rolls. There's some carrots. There's a bowl of fruit.
All right, I would like to cut a chunk of the meat off.
Sure.
Tear one of those rolls in half, kind of stick that meat like right in there, and maybe what kind of fruit we got?
Pears and say pears and apples.
Okay, I'll take a couple of pears and stuff in my pockets, and then take a bite of my my sandwich.
All right. Do me a favor and give me a wisdom save.
Sure.
I'd say Mary was going to take the other half of his bread and start eating fruit.
Are you blessed?
14. I am not blessed. Let me uncheck that box. It just automatically checked. So
Yeah, I don't
just
know
the
what that is.
14. Yeah.
All
I
right.
did that with me too.
Man, this is the best tasting food you've eaten in memory.
It's good.
And it is like a compulsion, man. You just start grabbing handfuls of this food and shoveling it in your mouth.
It was good. It was good.
And Mary, you said you were also going to try some of the food?
Yep.
Also a wisdom save, please. Yeah, it's tasty. You don't suffer the same compulsion though to eat as much as possible.
Come on, grab what you need. There's still a baby upstairs.
I'm gonna look at Mary and point, like it's just the food in general. Just be like, "You gonna finish that?"
I'll toss you the piece I was eating and grabbing on it.
That's good.
Don't need too much. It will be very bad if you are sluggish. Should we encounter any danger ahead?
Flynn's got the itis. He's got to go take a nap.
That is a very big risk.
That's an excellent point. I say as I grab like another roll.
The lady in the portrait, is she given like? Is it just the art or?
She looks upset, or
Yeah, she looks like everybody else looks like calm and Serene, but she's got like maybe the artist just didn't like her. Like,
And the man actually has eyes, right? They're not carved out.
yeah, are they
Yeah,
just
they.
slightly closed?
He's got eyes.
Damn, you roll 20 module.
I just thought that he was looking down at the baby. It's a lot of hair for a baby.
Should have seen my sister. Let's go find that baby and Mary's.
Flynn, as you're all standing around looking at this portrait, you're just about to put this other roll, stuff another roll in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something wrong with it. And when you look at it, it is covered with like bluish green mold. And when you look back at the table, like the roast meat is crawling with maggots, and yeah, the vegetables or the fruits are crawling with insects and beetles. And
so it's like I've still got some like in my mouth, so I'm just gonna just like
you
just
absolutely do still have some in your mouth.
I'm just gonna do that thing where it's just like I just push it out like blah blah blah. I'm just gonna just like look down and just be like, oh.
The rest of us see this, or he's just spitting out good
Oh no,
food?
the rest of you absolutely see this. Like the whatever was making the food look fresh has stopped making the food look all fresh and nice.
Unless I'm doing something else, like I'm just gonna shrug, and just be like, I mean, I've had worse, and I'm gonna take the pears out of my pocket and put them back exactly like how they were, like when I took them.
Well, they're a little soupy
Yeah.
in your pocket.
Yeah, stick your hand in your
Oh.
pockets. You got pear soup.
Oh. And Thom was just looking like, yeah, he's looking pretty relieved that he didn't eat anything.
Yeah, Mary and Flynn, you guys are currently poisoned.
Now, I am immune to the poison condition.
Then you are not poisoned.
Yeah, I've had
You
worse.
just had a bad time.
But Mary, you don't feel so good.
Definitely drop the food I was carrying with me.
I walk over to him and ask if he needs my assistance to stand.
No, I think I can manage on my own, but I'm not going to be running any marathons anytime soon.
Very well.
I mean, it wasn't just me and Mary, right? Did everyone else see that the food looked good?
I did. I
Okay.
came in
Yeah.
here, and it looked very appetizing.
Because I mean, if it looked terrible and you let us eat it, I mean that'd be messed up.
No. I wouldn't have let you do that.
All right. But I mean, weird though.
I
Right?
just know that with I didn't eat anything because with my luck I probably would have started eating, and the hosts of the party would come in and be like, why are you eating our food? What are you doing in our house? And I wanted to make that outcome a little bit better.
Yeah,
I just remember that scene from Congo where the one warlord played by Delroy Lindo is like, "Stop eating my sesame cake." Makes Tim Curry spit it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this place is a bit strange, right? It's not just me.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah,
is rather
something-
odd.
Something here is fucking with us.
Now let's go find out what it is. I'm assuming this door opens.
The door in front of Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that door opens freely. and goes right back into this main hall.
The cutlery and stuff, the silverware. I mean,
Yeah, it's still
nice.
pretty nice looking.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just like grab a couple of forks and a spoon and maybe a couple of knives and just like yeah.
When you say knives, are you looking for like butter knives, or are you
Oh.
hoping for something you could do like a makeshift dagger out of?
Yeah, is there something I could make a makeshift dagger out of?
There's absolutely like a meat carving knife there that would be pretty serviceable as a dagger.
All right, sure. Yeah, I mean, I could always use another one of these.
She's gonna poke her head in and be like, "Grab more. We can sell them later."
Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
How
Um,
loudly did,
no,
how
no,
loudly
sorry,
did Holly
no, we
mention
shouldn't.
whisper that?
No. We shouldn't. Oh gosh,
No.
no,
it's
we should. Oh fuck. And she's gonna walk out.
Bad, Holly. And I'm gonna grab some more of the spoons and forks and the butter knives and stuff.
Yeah, you can clear the table off from clear all the silverware off the table.
Yeah.
All I care.
Yeah.
Weird
that's
question.
what I'm
Is
going
it
to
like
do.
is the table and like everything when the illusion for the food went away? Is everything kind of dusty?
No, it's
No.
not.
Sad panda.
Mary will keep heading upstairs
Where's
with the sounds of cutlery being shoved into pockets echoing behind him.
Just going up the stairs, huh?
where's anyone? Where's this door go?
Open it if you want, but the baby's
Would you like
upstairs.
me to kick it open?
Yeah, kick it open. See if there's anyone interesting in there, and then let's follow Mary. I don't want to lose him.
No, I can't because I shouldn't because I'll end up losing the light.
I mean, do you have to kick it open?
Obviously, I didn't.
You kick it. This door seems like maybe it's a little sturdier than the last one.
Mary's right. We should all go upstairs.
Right.
I meant to do that.
We can return later.
That's fair.
All right. Mary leads the way up the stairs, followed by Holly and Thalmer. Well, Thalmer didn't want to go. There he is. And Flynn bringing up the rear.
The caboose.
Let me just yeah, you were in another hallway. The circular stairs continue up. There are unlit oil lamps mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait of the family. It looks really similar to the one that you saw earlier. They're wearing different clothes, though. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors on the north and south walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head.
Ooh.
The doors are carved with images of dancing youths. And from further up the spiral staircase, you feel a cold draft descending the stairwell.
This is like second of 3 floors or so.
Mary, from where you were at that door right here.
There's a door.
Yeah, there is a door. With your passive perception, you smell the coppery scent of blood, and you can hear the sobs and muffled gasps of someone in pain.
Try and open that door quickly to try and see whatever it is that's causing the pain.
That door opens easily. No kicking required. As far as living things go, it is completely empty. It is an undecorated bedroom that contains a pair of beds with what look to be cheap straw mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a footlocker.
And cheap, it doesn't go with the rest of the house, or it might be a servant's quarters.
It could be a servant's quarters.
Hello? I'm gonna hold my shield to the corner I can't quite see and step in.
Yeah, it is a pretty plain room. There's a dumbwaiter in the corner where you're standing. It has a bell, and there's a closet right over here.
On the western wall.
Yes.
Does that seem to have the sound coming from it?
There's no sound coming from in that closet. No.
Gonna open the closet. We're not gonna hurt you.
You're gonna open the closet, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You open the closet. And closet contains tidy servants' uniforms hanging from hooks. There's a thin coating of dust on them.
Anybody else hear the cries? Look under the beds. Is there any signs of this struggle?
There are no signs of struggle. The beds are pretty neatly made. You can give me an investigation check if you'd like to look closer.
Did we hear the cries?
You did not.
Okay.
You were very faint and muffled.
I heard
Um,
nothing. Is this a door?
That's the dumbwaiter.
Oh, that's the dumb waiter. Okay.
Yeah. So, Mary, as you're looking around this bed, it is in fact a cheap straw-filled mattress. As you're just kind of searching the bed along the eastern wall, the sheets have some very old blood stains that it looks like someone has tried to wash them out, but it's a blood stain.
And like a lot of blood, someone was hurt on this, or just
Uh,
tear over years?
a moderate amount of blood. Someone could have been hurt there. It's all on like the most of it appears to be like in the lower half of the bedding.
Holly, you see anything in that chest? And I'll open the one that's at my feet.
While they're doing
Yeah,
that,
I'll-
I'm just going to step back outside, like just right near the door, and just continue to just kind of like listen, like upstairs, like anywhere around while they're checking this room.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Sure. Yeah, I just don't want no spooks sneaking up on us, closing that door, and then Lord knows. Womp womp. Thinking about going back downstairs for a pear, maybe.
I mean, just because it's not poisoning you doesn't mean it doesn't taste awful.
Yeah. I'm just trying to explain away my
Holly.
terrible role.
Holly and Mary, both of those chests, both the footlockers are completely empty.
Hell is this place?
Not sure. But there's no baby in here.
Keep looking. point. I'm just kind of following everybody else since I'm deepest in.
Flynn,
Yeah.
as you're kind of moving around there,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, Thomer, give me a perception check if you would, please.
Did you just want one from Thom, or you want one from myself as well?
Yeah, just one from Thomer. But
Okay.
Flynn, as you're moving around, like you
Mm-hmm.
can tell that armor is those suits of armor are purely decorative. Like they're not going to stop anything really.
Right. Okay.
But each one of those statues is holding a pretty functional looking spear.
I'm gonna take one.
Yeah, you take a spear.
Just in case.
Take one too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think there's 4 of them. There's 4 of us. It's like someone meant for us to have these spears. Or something.
Totally. Absolutely. I completely agree with this.
I think I need to put my sheet back in order to.
But we're going to return them as soon as whatever lives here
totally.
comes.
Yeah, I mean, you're not common thieves.
All right, Mary will take another one, although he doesn't think he's going to do it.
No, nothing about me
thieves,
is common.
no.
I am
Yeah.
a 10.
Nothing's common.
Holly, give me a perception check if you would, please. You guys are just not perceiving things.
Holly, would you
today.
like to fail a perception check again?
You had one roll that was double digits.
Yeah.
And if any of you are trying to do anything important, the Silver Flame can give you guidance. You just have to tell me before.
The what now?
The Silver Flame, he kind of pulls out the amulet that's on his necklace.
Ah. Okay.
You better stop making me look so bad.
Let's Are these doors unlocked? I would like to try them and see if they are locked or if there's something behind there.
They are not locked.
Okay.
Would you like to open them?
Yeah, like after I undo whatever latch might be doing the thing, I'm gonna push it open with my spear.
Yeah, you open those doors pretty easily. It's a set of double doors. It looks like some sort of study.
Some light.
And as you step in, you can tell there's a big writing desk over here, a couple of chairs, fireplace, and some bookshelves lining the walls to over on the east side.
East side.
Red velvet drapes cover the windows of the room. An exquisite mahogany desk and matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs, and floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the eastern wall.
Baby. Monster. Ghostly party guests. I guess I'm just kind of step into the room a little.
You step into the room a little.
Holly, you need that painting to go with the shield.
I think I'm fine.
I like
It's a big painting, right?
What'd you say, Holly?
Is it a big painting?
It's a pretty good sized painting, yeah. Like maybe 2.5 by 4 landscape.
I'd like to check
No,
the
I
desk. Yeah, you shouldn't. No, it's we shouldn't take anything. And I'm gonna start drawers on the.
There are drawers, but the first thing you notice are a couple
Mhm.
things of note on top of the desk. One of which is a tattered piece of sheet music entitled "A Song for Elizabeth." And the other thing is a partially burnt note that reads, "Bulwerton can open the way."
Bulwarton can open the way.
That's what it says. Let me just
I'm gonna say it out loud.
I'll pop that into the chat for you.
As I'm writing it. Bulwarton can open the way. Burned paper. I don't say the burned paper part out loud.
We can see it. Mary will just peek behind the bookshelf unless he can see through it. Like, any monster down this hallway?
Do not see a monster. But you do see a book with an interesting title.
Maybe Bulwarton's the servant?
What is the title of this book? Or what is interesting about it?
The title, it is a brown leather bound book embossed in kind of gold leaf on the spine, is The History of Mary Caldear.
What the hell? No, I'll pick it up. Kind of flip through it. Does it have anything to do with me?
You pick it up. Yeah, as you read, like it seems to be like a very detailed account of something that happened to you. And if you flip further back or further forward, it is also a very detailed account of something that happened to you a little earlier or a little later than that point.
An author or anything written on the...
There is no author mentioned.
Occasion.
We haven't seen any other names other than this Bulwarton, right? It's not like...
I mean, I'm not creative enough to give you like a whole list of.
Nobody that I recognize as far as, who they might have, why they might have a book detailing my life.
No, you have not. How much of it? How much are you planning on reading?
Just a couple pages to see if it was fake or somehow knowledgeable.
Yeah, the section you read from the middle seems like, it details something like pretty private that happened to you when you were a teenager. I'll let your imagination do the work.
I'll kind of flip forward to try and find where we are now.
Oh, you flip forward, and it's almost, but not quite, the last page of the book. But it's the last page with writing on it. And it reads, "He pulled the book down off the shelf and began to read, unaware of the creature that watched him from the shadows. Slowly, the beast crept forward."
Show yourself.
And then it ends. Except there's a spatter of blood on the page about 2/3 of the way down.
Show yourself. And I'll kind of... This is us. This is me now. And I'll just kind of hold it open to Holly and Thalmer, who are next to me.
What? What are you speaking of?
And I'll flip back to the cover. This is me. And then I'll flip to the page where it said, "Something's watching us." Do I
that's-
sense anybody? Yeah.
That's what good fiction does for you, though. You're able to relate and see yourself in the pages.
Does it say the same thing to them that it does to me?
Yeah, the text is there on the page.
How did it know I was going to pick this book up? Why is this book even here?
Maybe the answers are in this drawer. And I'm going to try and open the drawer.
Would you like to kick it open?
No, I've got this.
Are you sure? I can assist.
You open the drawer, and you find several small items in the drawer. It has like a small oil lamp and a jar of ink and a quill pen, a small tinderbox, a letter kit containing a red wax candle, a few blank sheets of parchment, and a wooden seal with the windmill. And there is also an iron key.
Okay. Definitely going to grab that iron key.
Sure.
And the tinderbox.
Mm-hmm.
And the small oil lamp.
Okay.
And the wooden seal.
Sure.
And the candle. I'm just gonna kind of just grab it all.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you a little inventory of what's in there. I'll put that in the chat for you.
Mary just kind of shakes his head.
There's
Got enough pockets for this?
Oh, pants.
Well, I've got my pouch. I've got my pants. I mean, these are small. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of this stuff, like maybe a couple of these spoons. But that is your name on that book, isn't it?
That's what I've been trying to tell people.
That is a neat trick.
By the way, I'd just like to point out that I am loving Roll20's dark mode.
Yeah, me too. I am.
Oh yeah, it's so nice on the eyes.
I know.
It does hide some text. And somebody couldn't see something in the chat. It's not in this game. This game.
Can I see your book there? I'm not gonna
Sure.
pry. I'm not gonna pry. So I want to look at that last page, like and it still says the same thing it said for him, right?
Yeah, it absolutely says the exact same thing. He pulled the book down off the shelf and began to read, unaware of the creature that watched him from the shadows. Slowly, the beast crept forward.
And
And
the blood is old.
the blood is dry.
The blood is dry. I would like to try to smear my finger over the ... like, and see if it does it smear at all, or is that ink like?
It does not. That ink is also dry.
Does anybody hear anything?
All right, wait. So, Mary, are you having us on? Have you been here before? Is this like, oh, I'm gonna take away the caravan and move these guys and no fun haunted house thing?
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Okay. All right.
Kind of freaked out by this.
I want to go and start looking at some of these other books, and I want to see if there's a book about a Holly or a Thammer or a Flynn Finnegan, like the ongoing adventures of Flynn Finnegan, or if there's a comic book of like a Tales of Osborne the Great. That would be Osborne the Bold. That would be dope too.
Give me a investigation check, if you would.
Sure.
Mary is definitely just looking around for whatever it is that's gonna come out of the corn.
Jeez, with the rolls today.
You know what? This is not a hard book to find, though.
Sure. Okay.
It is a large red leather-bound volume. It is entitled An Architect's Art. And the author is Archibald Bulworth. And it is on this shelf way back here. You do not find any books with anybody else's name. You do find a spot on a bookshelf that has several rock and mineral samples
Okay.
instead of books. Each carefully categorized and labeled.
Is there any agate?
Yeah, there's an agate there.
I'm going to take the agate, and I'd like to take down that Bulwarton book.
All right, you go to take down the Bulwarton book, and instead of coming off the shelf, it comes like halfway up, and a door swings open behind the shelf there.
Ooh! Ooh! I say. Ooh! Guys,
What?
the door, the Bulwarton. He opened. He indeed opened the way. Little disappointed to say there are no books about us, but there is a secret door. So that's not something you were planning on letting us know about or anything, Mary? No? Okay.
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna look in the. If I can push like the door open further, I don't know if it's open all the way or.
Yeah, kind of like when you pull the book, like you hear the latch spring and the shelf like wings open a little bit toward the north wall,
Okay.
and you can very easily, like it's hinged, you could very easily pull it open the rest of the way.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that and take a look
Hope they don't.
inside.
Yeah, this is
Be back there.
this is a very small room back here. The thing that stands out most is a heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet standing against the east wall. Its lid is closed over a skeleton.
Bulwarton.
The skeleton is wearing a set of leather armor. It seems to be in reasonably good shape.
He won't be needing this, and there's a monster about. So I'm gonna start to. Can I pull him out of this chest and start taking that leather armor off?
Yeah, in fact, as you pull him out of the chest, you see what was the most likely cause of death, which is a triggered poison dart trap.
Oh. Sorry, Bulwarton. I'll make sure your armor goes to good use. And as I'm taking the armor off this guy, I'll be like, "There's some stuff in here if you want to check it out. I'm trying to relieve Bulwarton of his armor. He won't be needing it."
Yeah, I mean, you start to pick it up, and like ribs and vertebrae start falling out of the bottom.
Yeah, I'm just like shaking them out, like
Yeah,
like blowing there.
You reading out the contents as you dress.
There's Bulwarton's rib cage, sternum.
I mean the chest, Flynn.
Oh, no, I haven't even taken a look in the chest. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the chest there. Yeah.
All right, the chest has some paperwork in it, like some important looking stuff.
I would like
there.
to check it for any further traps or anything else before I go sticking my hand in there.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Sure. Are we gonna? How we doing?
You can read them if you want to get
Jeez.
rest.
That chest is entirely trap free now.
I'm like as I'm starting to look, like the skull just kind of falls out of my hands, and I bobble it, and I'm just like, all right. So I'll just reach in and pull this stuff out. I think it's safe.
Yeah, so inside the chest, you find 3 blank books with very nice black leather covers. Just going to copy this into the chat here. You find 3 tightly rolled scrolls.
Here, Holly. I'm going to start passing them back to her.
I'll take them and I'll start reading while. Oh, it's not. They're complete. They're blank.
The books are, yes.
What are the scrolls?
The scrolls, as you open them, there's a scroll of bless. There's a scroll of protection from poison. And there is a scroll of spiritual weapon.
Neato.
You just throw that there for you.
Bless you. Don't
Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
You good?
There is also a deed to the house that you were standing in. And there is another deed to a windmill situated somewhere in the mountains east of a town you've never heard of. And clutched in the skeleton's hand is a letter. Let me just, the letter is sealed with a nice wax seal that depicts, you know what, that's good.
A windmill?
No one you know. It depicts a raven, a stylized raven, in front of a large, like, tower shield. Let me see if I can get you an image on this real quick.
And this was being held by the skeleton?
Yes. Yes, it was, but no longer is. Because the skeleton doesn't seem to be holding much of anything at this point.
I will toss that scroll as well to Holly, and I would like to I'd like to start donning this leather armor.
Yeah, I mean, it only takes like a minute.
Yeah.
What was the other scroll?
There in the chat.
Yeah, bless spiritual weapon
Okay,
protection. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, everyone's got skeletons in their closet.
We're in their secret room.
I want a secret room.
Bulwarton. Thank you, Bulwarton.
I don't think that was Bulwarton.
Well,
The skull answers back, no problem.
They're
it might not have been Bulwarton, but it not necessarily wasn't not Bulwarton. But no, you're probably right.
Why would the family leave them back there?
there are a couple of bookshelves in this room as well.
Anything of interest on these shelves?
As you look over the books on the shelves, they have a lot of titles like Demon Summoning for Dummies and Necromantic Rituals of the Priests of Osibus.
Any scorched bodice.
No Scorched Bodice. All of these books seem to be dealing with some sort of occult rituals, usually for summoning nasty things.
So, yeah, this family's definitely up to they're definitely up to no good or something. They're up to something. Yeah. And I just kind of gesture at the books and I want to step out of here.
What about the deed to the house, the deed to the windmill, and
I will
the
take
the
those.
will?
I was passing them all back to Holly. I assume she still
Okay.
has them.
Yeah.
If we
Okay.
need, I suppose I could grab a pillowcase off of one of those beds, but then I'll definitely feel like a burglar. I mean, it's bad. I feel bad enough, but not too bad. But the pillowcase will really cinch it.
I mean, you could always just grab the other pillowcase and fill it with doorknobs.
That's. Can I do that? Is this something I can do?
I mean, yeah.
Don't have enough time, Flynn.
I'd call it an improvised weapon.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
Does anybody recognize names on the will or the deed?
the names on the deed and the will. Well, the will was signed by someone named what's the guy's name? Wow,
Mr.
this is
Durst.
terrible. Yeah, it is Mr. Durst, but I forgot his first name.
Fred.
No, it's not Fred. Sorry.
I thought you said Brad.
Is it Brad?
You know what? It's gonna be Brad if I can't find his actual name real fast here.
Can Mrs.
Brother,
Durst be
we
called
don't
Janet?
talk
Although I'm guessing Mrs. Durst might be Elizabeth, as in a song for, perhaps.
That could be a solid guess. Anyways, the will is signed by a Mr. Durst. And it leaves everything, including the house, the remaining family fortune, and the windmill to be divided equally among his 3 children, who are named in the will, and their names are Rosavalda, and Thornton, and Walter.
Nothing to the wife, though.
Gustav. That's who signed the will. Gustav Durst.
Is it dated? People?
Cleve, are you looking, or did you not hear?
I didn't hear. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Someone asked if it was dated. I
It is
believe
not
was
dated.
married.
No. It is not dated, unfortunately, no.
Let's find this baby and get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe there's a door on the other side of this hallway.
There is a door on the other side of that hallway. And Thalmer, as you approach it, you hear the faint sounds of a piano from inside.
I will, in hearing this, I will kind of elbow. I'll use the. I'm gonna push the door in with my upper arm.
Sure.
And once I go in, I will kind of point my pike out, just in case somebody attacks me.
Yeah, the door opens effortlessly, and you find yourself in an empty conservatory. Well, it's not empty because there are, things in it, but no signs of life, apparently. Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed conservatory, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. There is a piano in the southwest corner, and there is a large harp over by the fireplace. There are alabaster figures of well-dressed dancers adorning the mantelpiece of the fireplace.
I will open the top cover of the piano to see if there's anything inside that's making the noise that I'm hearing.
When you open the door, you stop hearing. But you're still welcome to open the top of the piano, and inside you find, strings, hammers, the usual bits you would expect to find in a piano. Not sure how well versed Thalmer is in,
Not very well versed.
Does anyone play?
I don't. I stated in a very matter-of-fact tone.
Nobody?
No.
I don't know if this is a good idea. All right. I'm going to go to the piano, and I'm going to take that sheet music, that Song for Elizabeth, and I just want to place it on the piano, and then I want to quickly step back 5 feet and just look at the piano, still smiling.
Yeah.
Looking strangely at him.
Do me a favor, give me 1 second, because I'm trying to wrap a thing up here.
Sure.
But as you place the sheet music on the piano, how are you placing it?
As if I were going to play it. I was hoping one of these guys could play. And this place is really spooking me out, although I'm still smiling. And I'm just I'm testing a theory that if I place the music on the piano, someone might play it, and if they do, I'm going to quickly exit this room. I'll be like, nope.
All right, you place the sheet music on the piano as though in the position where someone would play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you do, the piano begins playing. And as the piano begins playing, the room fills with ghostly images dancing and twirling about the room. They seem to pay no mind to you at all.
All right, so maybe I'm not going to nope out of the room, but I'm definitely going to go up against the wall, next to Holly, and just kind of, give her a smile that definitely looks a little nervous. I'm going to be like,
Neat.
They're dancing over our heads. They're coming through us. It's not.
Yeah, if you're not moving out of their way, then they're going right through you with no noticeable ill effects.
Or reaction. Interesting.
You do notice that there are two figures standing by the fireplace. and they seem to be very pointedly staring at They seem to be very pointedly staring at you, Thalmer, with looks of disdain and perhaps even displeasure on their faces. You recognize them as the two adults from the portrait that you saw in the dining room. You surmise that this might be Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
Do they appear as if they wish to harm me?
They're not making any aggressive movements towards you, but they don't look like they're very pleased with your presence.
Can I maybe roll an insight check to try to understand why they are angry with me?
Sure, give me an insight check.
Nope. Nope.
Maybe because you're holding a spear? I don't know.
They looked at the rest of us and then they just turned back and focus on Palmer?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Are they looking at the rest of us and then just coming back?
No, they are just glaring dead-ass at Thalmer right now. Could be they just don't like half-orcs.
I'm going to step over and run my hand in front of their vision. Whether it shakes them out of it or not.
All right. As you step over and sort of wave your hand in front of their faces, the music abruptly stops, and all of the figures disappear, and there are several twanging sounds that come from the piano.
I will walk back to the piano, and if I left it open after my initial investigation, I would like to close it, kind of awkwardly.
Yeah, I don't know, did you leave it open or not?
Yeah, I did.
You would have had to prop it open with a stick or something.
Oh, okay.
A little piano stick that's in there, because some people do that.
Right.
But yeah, when you walk over to it, several of the strings have been snapped.
Dancer, then the Durst disappeared, right? We're empty, just the four of us again.
Right.
Just the four of you again.
I'm really glad that stopped. I had a really bad idea, and I did not want to go through with it, but I was really tempted.
What was the idea?
I was going to ask you to dance.
Well, you can dance if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave my friends behind. Because if my friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, there'll be no friends of mine, and I don't want that. I need all the friends I can get.
Why is that a bad idea?
I was really nervous as to what would happen. Like if we danced, would they take notice of us as well? If they took notice of us, would that be bad? It could have been bad, but this is fine. This is fine.
I mean,
we can go where we want to.
It looked like they were just kind of staring at him. Like,
right. And I was thinking, like, can we get that attention pulled away? And I'm glad we didn't find out, because I am thoroughly spooked.
Right.
you don't look spooked.
Oh, believe me, no, I don't look spooked, but look at this. And I show her, like, the hair on my arms is like standing up. I'm like, spooked. Still smiling, but I'm like, spooked.
Smile says otherwise.
Spooked. Flynn,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
Oh boy.
Give me a quick little sanity saving throw.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I've been rolling great tonight too. So. Okay, maybe that's not bad. I don't know.
It's not bad. I mean, you definitely jump out of your skin. and
Right.
maybe make a little manly noise when this happens, but something very cold and very wet presses against your leg from under the chair you're standing next to.
Uh, Holly,
Yes.
is there anything on my leg?
And I'll check.
Same.
You look, and there's a little dog cowering, like a little wire-haired terrier, like cowering under this chair.
Dog.
It is definitely cowering. It is frightened out of its mind. It looks like it's seen better days. Like it's a little skinny. You can see its ribs. Its fur is not in great shape.
She's gonna kneel down and she's gonna offer out a hand for it to sniff.
I am not looking down. So I'm just like, what is it?
It's a dog. Sorry.
A dog.
It like
Yeah.
cautiously whines and approaches and sniffs your hand a little bit,
Aw.
and then backs up under the chair a little.
Can't be the monster the kids were afraid of.
No, he looks sweet. Why don't you try? Why don't you try, Flynn?
He looks pitiful, really.
Uh, no, I think just the. I've got nothing against the dog, but maybe, yeah. Aren't we supposed to be finding a baby?
We are.
I see a baby here.
Okay. Let's.
Hi. Oh, don't leave me.
I mean, bring the dog, but I mean, you just. He's your
You
dog.
look like
You have to
you
take
best-
care of him. You have to
He
feed
looks
him,
like he's...
give him walkies.
Would you like to go on a walk?
His tail like wags a little bit when you say the word walk.
I'll hold up my hands to him. Come on.
All right, he kind of comes out from under the chair and like sniffs you again and like very like almost like it's a self-comforting thing, starts licking your palm.
As he's doing all this, do I have any idea how long this dog has been neglected?
Give me animal handling check. Sure, why not?
Generically trying to figure out, right, are the kids lying to us? Have they been alone for months or years?
It's been a hot minute. Like this dog hasn't been fed in days, maybe a week.
So the kids haven't necessarily been gone alone that long.
Not necessarily.
Come on, find you some food that's not rotten. And I'll try and pick him up.
He
Very gentle.
he lets himself be picked up. He's wearing
Come
a
on.
collar.
What's it say?
Lancelot.
Oh! It.
So,
Putting in my inventory. I've got a purse dog. His name is Lancelot.
You have a shivering, cowardly dog. Yes.
Oh, he's so cute. I love him.
So my dog Gianna just put her nose against my arm. I was just like, what the hell? Stop it. You spooked
Yeah,
me.
we worked this out, actually.
Right as Cleve said, a wet spot on your leg.
That was a good girl.
Jump scares, they're real.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah, Mondo, I hate to break it to you, man, but like, while you've been at work, Gianna and I, we've been talking on Discord, and we worked this out beforehand.
Excellent. good job.
Follow
I'll
Falmer
put
up
him
the
in my
stairs.
All right, we're going up more stairs because there are more stairs to go up. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, perfect. There's a faster way to switch between layers here. All right, Thalmer goes up the stairs first. I want to put you in no man's land for a second, Thalmer, because I need to zoom out. Sorry.
No worries.
So Thalmer goes up the stairs first.
I'm gonna get you so much food. We're gonna go on walkies. I'm gonna get you a ball. We're gonna go. I hope you do zoomies.
I always
Not
wanted.
until he's feeling more comfortable again.
When I was a boy, I wanted a dog. My parents, they got a dog for the family.
Yeah.
Then they ate it.
What?
What?
So
All right.
didn't ask
You
for a dog
climbed-
again.
Why did they eat it?
Who knows? My parents are strange.
Were you in need?
Climbed the red marble staircase to its full height and arrived on a dusty balcony with the suit of black plate armor standing against one wall. It is draped in cobwebs. Oil lamps are mounted into the oak panels, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny forest creatures.
Looking at this armor, does it
Mhm.
look wearable?
Give me a investigation check, if you would, please.
Please don't.
If you're gonna put that on, like, just be sure to shake the skeleton out first.
14.
Mary's looking for the same like poisonous creatures in the carvings.
As you were checking out those carvings, Mary, you don't notice poisonous creatures, but you do notice like tiny corpses hanging from the trees and worms bursting up from the ground, like very intricately carved into this woodland scene. Like you have to look really close to find them.
Yeah, but I know there's something strange in it.
Let's see. Give me 1 second here. And
We'll cast light on the oil lamps just to see if having more light sheds any more information into what the hell this funhouse is.
there we go. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about with the text now, because the text is black against a gray background.
Oh, you found one?
That is fantastic. I got one.
Be my best.
Is it stuff that you've like copied and pasted in there?
No, it's stuff that's like already kind of built in.
Try this really quick. It may work, it may not. If you go to edit it,
Yeah, that's where I went because I was trying to look for something, and
there's a remove
Yeah.
font style next to the strike through. Like if you highlight the text and do the remove font style, I don't know if that'll fix it.
I don't know if it will either, but
I just
I already
know
found what I need to.
Okay. I know it
Holly,
worked for
what
stuff
is-
I copied and pasted.
What is your armor class, Holly?
Oh no.
That's never a good
It's a 14.
Okay. As you were looking over this armor, trying to see if it is suitable for potential wear,
Suitable.
it suddenly reaches out and tries to like grapple you in like a bear hug.
Try and push her out of the way if I see it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, like she absolutely has managed to slip out of the way just in the nick of time.
Consent first. I'm a hugger, but you better say something.
And I think it is time to roll a little initiative.
Woo-hoo!
You've got to shake the skeleton out first.
I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like. Oh no. gotta fight this thing, and maybe then I can wear it. That's morbid.
You have to pull this one out from his cold dead hands. Flynn had it easy.
He did have it easy.
Why didn't yours come back to life?
I'm charmed.
There's the turn order. I don't see anybody on the initiative order, though.
Oh.
I think we rolled before it was up.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Go ahead and roll it again, and I will adjust it to your... Oh, nope. It just popped up for everybody.
Yep.
Won't touch it then.
So I think the only one I need to adjust is Mary's. Yeah.
I can fix it too if you'd rather.
Perfect. All right, Mary. The suit of armor has just tried to grab Ollie. She slipped out of the way in the nick of time, and it has stumbled like a couple of steps over closer to the balcony railing there. You're up. What are you going to do?
I am going to grab my amulet and say, "Silver flame, protect us," and toss a sacred flame its direction.
Where'd the turn order go?
Oh, where did the turn order go?
There it
There
is.
we go.
It's back.
Hidden for metagame knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely hits it for 3 radiant damage.
And if I'm right next to it, I'm not going to move away.
Okay. Flynn.
Okay, Flynn. I'm gonna come down here to the other side, and I would like to jab it with my new spear. I'm gonna use it two-handed if I can.
You can use it two-handed. I think it's a versatile weapon.
Yeah, I'm like, you shake the skeleton out. Does that hit? A 13.
Yeah, like your spear connects with the armor, but just kind of the point of the spear kind of skitters across the breastplate pretty harmlessly.
Gotcha.
Which takes us to Holly.
Damn it!
No, unfortunately, that will also not. Like again, you hit it because it's big, it's bulky, it's just kind of there, but it doesn't appear to have done any damage to it.
You're gonna do so well protecting me later. That's my turn.
All right. Let's see. And you said your AC was 14?
Yeah.
Okay. It raises its mailed fist and brings it down upon you.
Ow.
And it is going to hit you for 4 bludgeoning damage. Like, it was a pretty solid smack.
Pretty good. Proud of you, my armor.
Bummer. What are we doing?
All right, so I have my pike in hand, and I'm basing my visual of the armor on the picture. I am going to try and hit it right in a spot where the armor doesn't cover, so kind of like in the armpit. So I'm going to try to go for one precise, clean strike in there.
Sure, you can try. That will also not connect in any way that does any sort of damage to this thing.
All right, then.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, back to the top of the order for Mary.
I will end up getting in Falmer's way if I try and let one of my companions flank. Is that correct?
Someone could flank it from this position.
Right, but if I moved left, then I'm getting in Falmer's way, so I would imagine.
He could probably like poke his pike around you.
Or maybe I'll shout, Holly, Flynn, surround him. And I will take the spear this time and thrust it.
Nice.
That does connect. You slip it right between a couple of joints in the armor.
It's not that hard. You just have to fight smart. That's it.
Yeah, it's a good solid hit. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Mr. Flynn.
All right, so I'm going to
Mr. Finnegan.
I'm going to fight smart by dropping the spear and whipping out my rapier. And let's
Okay.
try that.
That will hit. Yeah, you also find like a kind of a spot in the armor where it's not really joined well together.
Excellent. Yes, you're right. Fight smarter. Ooh, do I do a sneak?
Yeah, I think you get a sneak attack on that because there's other people near it.
Dope. I don't play rogues. Huzzah!
I play a rogue that gets sneak attack all the time. So
So for a total of 10.
yeah, I mean that feels like a solid hit. Like you've probably killed people with the attacks like that. But like it's still up, it's still standing, and what you've noticed is like when you slide your rapier like through the gap in the armor,
Yep.
it doesn't feel like there's anything in there.
Okay.
Holly.
I'll move here so that he can get in here. Then I'm gonna hit it with the sword again.
That will also hit.
Yes!
Like you catch it right in one of its like shoulder pauldrons and like take one of its arms off, and it clatters to the floor.
Oh, I'm gonna put that on!
Is it the
Soon.
arm or the whole thing?
Just the arm.
Okay, that's my turn.
Your arm's off. No, it's not.
What a flesh wound.
It seems to really either like or dislike Holly, though.
It's okay. I'm used to that. I'm acquired taste.
Yeah, it grabs you again and or tries to grab you again.
Grab hands.
And it does actually get its one remaining arm around you.
Lancelot, get it! I'm kidding. You stay in my bag.
So it does have you grappled at the moment.
No throwing the armor over the balcony now.
What's that?
No throwing the armor over the balcony now.
It's funny you should say that because
Oh no.
as it grapples Holly, it takes a step toward the balcony and tumbles itself over. Holly, I need a dex save.
Oh dear.
Oh, motherfuck. Can I use athletics?
Not for this. I would let you use acrobatics. That's actually good enough though. Like as it's plummeting over like the balcony railing, like you manage to grab the railing of the balcony there and prevent yourself from falling 30 feet along with it. As it hits the stone floor 30 feet below. It
Sounds like
sounds
someone
like,
dropped pots and pans.
I mean, it sounds like somebody dropped the drum set with the extra cymbals. Like the armor just scatters once it hits the ground.
But
Knew I wanted to wear it.
I mean, it's still there. It's just,
I know.
in lots of pieces. And
all right, I'm gonna run to the balcony and like just try to pull Holly back up and over.
Thank you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, between the
exciting.
several of you, 3 of you, you easily managed to pull Holly back over the balcony there.
I think that's your god trying to tell you something. I don't know if that armor's worth it.
I don't know either.
But it is not reforming. It is not charging back up the stairs at us.
It's not. It's just pieces of armor
death
laying on the
wish.
ground. Well, I mean, if it had
also wanted-
taken you with it, like that would have been probably bad for you.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been great.
Yeah, you'd have had our first death saving throw.
No.
Holly is looking bloodied at this point.
Too bad.
Not too bad, or yes, too bad?
Not too bad. I'm okay.
Let me know if that changes.
Will do.
So, door, doors.
I will go ahead and open this door because I am the closest to it.
That door opens. And the first thing you notice about this room, when you open the door, is the corpse hanging from a rafter.
Oh.
It is a dusty, cobweb-filled master bedroom with burgundy drapes covering the windows. It has a 4-poster bed with embroidered curtains and tattered gossamer veils. A matching pair of wardrobes and a vanity with a wood-framed mirror and jewelry box, and a padded chair. There's a rotting tiger skin rug in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
I go for the jewelry box.
Nobody's going for the corpse hanging from the ceiling.
How
I
fresh
was,
is
I, was,
the corpse?
I was just about to ask about that. I was just about to ask that.
What was the question?
How fresh is the corpse?
Give me a medicine check, if you would, please.
It's obviously not skeletons.
I mean, it's not entirely cold yet.
Help me
So-
get him down.
Pretty fresh.
I'll help him cut it
Yeah,
down.
me too. Like I'll be grabbing like legs and trying to like lift.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You cut him down pretty easily, but when you cut him down, he just kind of flops over.
Does he look unconscious, or he looks like he's dead?
Oh no,
and
he is super dead. He just hasn't been super dead for very long.
healing him would be a waste. But
If anybody looks, he bears a striking resemblance to the guy that's in the painting, Mr. Gustav Durst.
Oh. Seems this is Gustav. Then I suppose his wife would be nearby.
the kid said monster, right?
Right.
It's a
Not
monster. There is as he's cut down, as he flops over, super dead. there's a rolled piece of parchment that kind of falls out of his hand.
I'll grab it. And I will take a quick look at it. See what it is.
It appears to be a suicide note. It reads as follows. Please forgive me for my cowardice. I have spent so long trapped between you two and your mother, trying to be a good husband and a good father. I spent too long trying in vain to be both, and in the end I didn't succeed at either. She told me what she intends to do with poor little Walter. How peculiar that after supporting her in her madness all these months, I finally found a line I could not cross. And yet, neither do I have the courage to stop her. This is the only way I can escape from her. Goodbye, children. Please know that I tried. And it is signed Gustav Durst.
I look over it, and after I read it, I look back at the group. Suicide. The mother it's clearly not who she seems to be. And I hand the letter to the others, hoping they can make some sense of it.
I'll read the letter. I can read.
A good story box. While he's reading,
What do you do?
I go to the jewelry box.
It is a jewelry box.
What's in it?
It is made of silver with gold filigree.
Ooh.
When you open it up, it contains 3 gold rings, a thin platinum necklace, and a topaz pendant.
I take all of them.
You also take the jewelry box.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need me to put that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm just gonna casually look at Holly and just say, Lathander?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is going to be a good place to wrap up for tonight, because it is 10 o'clock, which is the time we were supposed to play it till.
All right.
Nice start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was, man, it's always like really awkward trying to get a campaign started with like brand new people. Like, hey, you guys are just hanging out. What are you doing?
Robbing a dusty house blind.
Clearly,
Yeah.
that's
Hey,
Clearly.
there's reason behind this.
I feel like
Right.
I feel like maybe I should worship Lathander.
This has nothing to do with Lathander.
Okay.
It has to do with backstory stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, like, all our armor has been stolen, right?
but it's not with you. Yeah.
Right. Okay, because I want to make sure, because my AC is horrific without it.
Most
Yeah,
people's
same.
are. But I have been trying to give you an opportunity to not necessarily replace, but improvise
No, of course.
weapons and armor along the way.
Right. It's all good.
Why do you think my innocent little cleric decided to sleep with his shield? She will happily give if someone is planning to stand between him and
Hey, man,
suits of armor.
I think they passed that rule at the monastery or the temple. Don't ask, don't tell. You know.
I scratch up inside my leather armor and I pull like an old rib out, and I'm just like, does anyone really need this armor?
I'll take it.
Yeah, I would gladly, Cleve, I would gladly like seeing that, like maybe like these guys aren't necessarily as quick as me. I would gladly like donate my armor to one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely do that. Since we're
like
out
next
of,
time, yeah.
yeah, we're out of the game at this point. I'll go ahead and tell you there's a pretty serviceable breastplate sitting just laying there at the bottom of the stairs at this point.
I know. It tried to tackle me down to the ground, like 3 floors up.
If you hadn't cut the arms off, it might have been full plate.
I was not going to give you full plate at level 1. I'm sorry.
I know. I figured.
Oh,
I figured it was gonna be a breastplate.
But yeah, when you get a chance, if you want to put that armor on your sheet, like I'll yeah, I would gladly give it up for someone who doesn't look like they're as quick as me. Wink, wink.
all right.
So everyone had a good time, yeah. Laugh,
Yeah, had a great
laugh,
time.
Laugh riot.
It was dope.
Awesome.
Dog.
Yeah, you got a dog. Edie's done. Like that's her whole curse of Strahd. She won because she got a puppy.
I knew his name wasn't Rockets, but I held my breath.
I was
I
totally
thought
expecting
about it,
Rocket.
man, but Lancelot fits much better with who the dog's owner is.
Sure.
So
I'm kind of hoping that when I get to 5th level and I can summon my steed, it just turns Lancelot into a giant dog.
Oh my god. Glorious. It's gonna be like that one wolf in Dark Souls.
I never played Dark Souls.
also
but,
never played Dark Souls.
Okay.
Tried it once on keyboard and mouse. Nope.
I have watched people reenact Dark Souls on Viva La Dirt League on the YouTubes. I feel like I would be bad at that game.
Yeah.
I know I would be bad at that game.
I mean, okay, so my understanding of it is like, Mondo, do you remember the old Dragon Slayer arcade?
With the really fancy one.
Yeah, we had like
Yeah.
the cartoony graphics.
Yep.
I mean, Dark Souls is basically, from my understanding, like an updated version of that, where when you get to a place, you have to do the thing just right, or you die every time.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, there are different ways you can do it, but just don't get hit.
Yeah,
It's
Defense first. Counter.
Yeah.
not really defense, just time your dodge.
Yeah. Counter.
And don't be
attack.
greedy.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like that game. You had to time the dodge. You know how much money I wasted in that game? Not a lot, because I realized it was futile. But if I had more money in my life, I might have wasted a lot of money on that game. What was
all
that?
I know is that after Dark Souls like got huge, like there were a bunch of, I don't want to say clones exactly, but games that took that sort of theme, and like some of them looked super awesome.
Yeah.
And I paid money for them, and like never could get anywhere at them because I'm not that good at video games like that.
Right. They're not for everybody. And, that's perfectly understandable.
I'll stick with my I mean, I say I play like real-time strategy, but I've been playing the shit out of Stardew Valley for like the last week. So
Get back into that. I stopped for a little while. I gotta go back to my melon.
something addictive about it. I don't know.
Like I'm not even gonna laugh at you about that, because like when I had COVID, I was laying in bed and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll start this game. Let's try this thing out. And 12 hours went by.
Yep, that's how it works.
I'm like, Anthony's like, what's going on? How you doing? And I'm like, I'm farming radishes. My parsnips, aren't they cute?
Yeah, wait till you can do melons during the summer because those things are worth money.
I love those.
Dude, like after my first melon harvest, I just made like an entire farm full of melons, like as many as I could afford.
I have I see people's farms and stuff and they're all intricate and beautiful and everything, and my
Right?
farm is literally just this giant plot of land where I just every season I plant a bunch of something, usually
Mhm.
melons, pumpkins, cauliflower, whatever, the ones that
Right.
give you the big bucks.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the area where I don't want to walk because it's not close enough to water or the well I made, I put trees. Like, I have so many fruit trees.
I don't have fruit trees yet. I have maple trees for sap,
Nice.
for syrup, but
For the waffles?
yes, for waffles.
For the waffles. The Strahd
I'm sorry,
waffles.
I don't know. I don't know why my brain went straight to like waffles.
Canon now.
I'm thinking about having
And-
waffles when we're done with this. I might make some waffles. I have some Eggos in my freezer.
Right.
Before I stop the stream, does anyone have anything they would like to plug? Or
Be nice to animals.
yes,
That's it. That's my plug.
that's a good plug. And I'm gonna reiterate your plug from our last Frost Maiden is you can go down to the like your local like pet shelters, animal shelters, and donate your time.
Yeah, they just let you play with the dogs for free as much as you want. It's great.
Yeah, I thought that was like a great idea, and I've been telling people like that they can do that.
Because the dogs need to socialize.
Yeah.
Is what they say. But really, it's just you getting to play with the dog for free all day if you want.
If I could,
Multiple dogs. If you could be like, I'm gonna play with this one for a while, and we go play with that one for a while.
if someone would give me enough money to pay my bills, like I don't need to accumulate more money than that. Let me get my bills paid. Like I would quit my job to do that. Because that sounds
Same,
a lot better than
actually.
my job. Yeah, it sounds so much better.
Right? Like I playing with dogs all day. Like I would do that like it was my job.
Yeah.
You mean the job I have to go back to tonight because I spent all day making a character?
Oh, that sucks, dude.
That does
Sorry.
suck.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so.
My other plugs, very briefly, like for anyone, like the one or two people who might be watching or may watch later. Tomorrow night, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden here about 9:00. Saturday, Antonine about 9:30 Eastern time. These are Eastern times, yeah, you can hang out with me and Cleve like 2 more nights in a row. Like
Right?
on Rhyme of the Frost Maiden and on Antonine. And Edie will be back for Antonine, yes? Yes, I'm just going to go ahead and say yes.
Yeah, why not? She'll be
She'll
there.
be there.
Can you not hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna be here. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be there.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, Cleve will be there. I don't know about Osmorn.
Yeah, Osborne got what a predicament.
What a predicament. But those of you who are watching now and in the future, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now and wrap up chatting with these guys. But thanks a lot and have a good night. We'll see you. Are we going to try and like pick this up next week or just in 2 weeks? I can do either, like I said. Whatever's
We will
easiest.
talk about that, but yeah, we do want to kind of flip flop the weeks on this eventually for the sake of Mondo's sanity and not play D&D 3 nights in a row.
Which is awesome, but also, yeah, it's like sanity save.
Yeah, but also I figure like Thursday night is probably like when you start telling yourself you're going to do a little prep for the games.
Yes. I did some of it last night because I was like, oh, I don't have Thursday night to do it.
Yeah, I had
Tried
like
to a little
2
bit.
weeks to prep for this, man, and like 4:00 as soon as I got home, like God, I hope these people don't have too many questions because I got to prep.
No, it went really well. Went really well.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And for the folks out in Twitch land, thanks for watching. Catch you on a flip flop. Yeah.